Welcome back, everyone. Let's continue my Goosebumps episodes with Go Eat Worms, which is the latest episode I watched. And this is going to be a weird one to talk about. This is one of those episodes where I enjoyed it up until the end, and I guess I'll get there when I get there, but I'll talk about the plot. It's about this kid named Todd who tortures worms. He does it in class, like he does it for like scientific experiments. He does it everywhere. He's got worm imagery all over his wall, like in his room. Like he's got worm posters, worm dioramas, everything about worms, and it's really interesting that this kid is so obsessed with worms. And after like he starts torturing these worms a lot, like they just start appearing in random stuff, like in his friend's spaghetti or in like his bed. Like he'll just have Todd will just be sleeping and he'll be just in his bed, and I don't know, like it's not goofy, but I like how it worked with like the worms being everywhere. Like I thought that was kind of not genuinely creepy, but kind of like spooky, like, ooh, what are these worms doing in all these different places they shouldn't be in? And then he blames it on like his sister, or he blames it on somebody else, even though the worms had the mind of their own, I guess. And like he thinks his friend Reggie did it one time with like the worms, and like or not his friend Reggie, his sister Reggie, and he thought his friend did it one time. So he just keeps having these weird issues with worms appearing in random spots. And then we get a weird moment where he falls into a hole looking for more worms to experiment on. He falls into a hole, and there's a giant ass worm that's like the size of a car that like he like stabs with a stick and like escapes. And like that convinces him to like quit torturing worms. But then we get this ending where I did not like this ending. Like this is the worst ending I've seen so far in all the episodes, where Todd and his friend, they're fishing now. Like he took out fishing instead. And he's eating a sandwich, and it's got a hook in it, so he gets hooked, flies into the water, and then he promises that he'll give up fishing to the fish, apparently. And this is all just a camera shot of the water moving around, by the way, while he's talking underwater. And yeah, it's so stupid. And then he says like, I'll give it up, I promise, I'll give up fishing. And then I guess they let him go, because then he says, what, you want me to swim all the way back? And then it ends, and it's such a dumb ending. I'm like, what is that? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, he took up fishing instead of worms after the worms started to have a mind of their own, and he found the giant worm. And then he goes fishing, gets hooked by, or eats a sandwich that has a hook in it, and then gets dragged underwater. Is talking underwater to the fish, saying, like, I'll quit. And then the fish let him go, but then he has to swim back. Like, how far did he go? How far did they drag him underwater? Like, and he's underwater. How's he talking? That was an ending where I was like, yeah, these episodes are cheesy, but they're fun in a lot of aspects. And this one just had a dumb ending where I was like, that wasn't even fun. That was just dumb for the end. So before the ending, it was totally fine. But then the ending, like, made me go, what? What does that mean? What is going on? So yeah, this one I wasn't a huge fan of, because the ending was just so stupid. I mean, I was fine with the rest of it, but it was just, it put a bad taste in my mouth at the end. I'm like, great, that's how, usually in anything, movie or show, the ending is usually the part where it escalates and gets good. Or they try to make it better even if the rest of the thing is bad. And this is the opposite case, where I like the rest of the episode until the end, and the end was the worst part. So I just thought that was really funny. So I really didn't like this episode. It was really, I mean, I like parts of it, but overall it made me not like it because of the ending, because it was just so dumb. I really didn't care for this episode. I keep saying that, I keep repeating myself, but I didn't care for it. So yeah, this was kind of a bland one. In terms of like the ending, it's just so dumb. So yeah, thanks guys so much for watching. Tell me what you think down below of this episode. Like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want. So thank you so much for watching.